there, Selective Collective. This is Kim, here to give you a reading. I did a little meditation on something with Lemurian light code music, something like that. You know, it's just music. And the information started coming in to write down, channeled in from my guides. I'm going to think here, this is my guides to you. So it could be some of your guides too. But if I had to title it, I came out of the meditation feeling like this was saying that we are the proponent for the light. So you are like a champion for the light, for the cause of light. And this is what they had to say about that. Progress with the 5D consciousness, awareness, and ascension. If you could only see what we can see, your compassionate, kind, forgiving hearts are creating a glowing flower of life connecting to the 5D crystalline grid at this time. All angels, guides, star beings are cheering for you as your words, thoughts, and actions are a huge proponent for the light, and that the light is only getting brighter every single day. Individually, your own enlightenment is and will change the state of this world in a beautiful display of divine will and the light, which is the breath of God, a source creator consciousness who loves all of you and knows every part of you down to your individual skin cells and every hair. You are loved, known, seen, appreciated, and eternally protected. And it isn't easy, they said. Carl Jung has a quote that says, "The brighter your light, the darker your shadow." Okay, and so Jung here was referring to individual psychology of when we're working on our self-inquiry, self-realization, ascension, essentially also, because it includes awareness. When we increase our light, then that is the time when our shadows appear to be darker and they show out more, is what it would say. So you may notice parts of your shadow self showing out more. It's the person that you are. Let's give an example. It's the person of you that you are, or something that happens with your physiology, with your emotions, when you're in a certain place because of whatever life circumstance, and the way that you're acting or even feeling does not feel good to you. So it'd be something you'd want to even deny that you don't even want it to happen. So you could be talking about something like anxiety or anger, or, just these parts of ourselves where we would rather not experience whatever that was, So you'd be talking about some kind of definitely changes, because you're having all your chakra centers being kind of like stimulated and activated in connection with your seed crystals, 8, 9, and 10 chakras too. So that can happen, and it says, and on the macro level. So you've got the micro level in psychology, which is kind of like you. What's going on with you? Let's zoom in with you. And then the macro can kind of be like what's going on with everyone else or everything else in the world. And so they're saying with your advancement of the spirit's level of consciousness in this body, you will notice the dark side in a powerful way. But that's when you need to remember that you are that candle in a dark room for a reason. And sometimes you find you're the only light in a very dark place. But that's why you're here. You're here to spread light. Then they're saying that a divine wealth transfer is already making contracts in the ether for all and each one of you. What appears to be chaos currently is divine will in disguise, And the reveal will be grand because it reflects perfect divine timing as you are noticing things falling into place. So that is what they had to say. About 5 minutes, not long. Okay, good. Wasn't that bad to get through it, but I thought that was really nice. And it was encouraging to know that our work here spiritually that we have been doing is seen and noticed in the spirit realm as this light. You know, just an example of you giving a compassionate, kind word to somebody, how you treat someone is it's influencing how that person is going to treat someone. And love and positivity is really powerful. So it's really important to be a proponent of the light, a champion of the light. Yeah. All right. Woo. They're saying, get ready. You're not going to be able to, you know, just like the chaos comment with there is chaos, but there is divine coherence even in that, right? We have the parallel universes. And it seems like there's an awareness that we are who we are because of each choice that we have made up to this point, right? We have free will and choice mixed into everything, but it's all already there. Every possibility, everything is that. That's the paradox of time and you know, the quantum realm, where really every type of action and every different choice has probably already been made. So you feel like you're choosing, and you're just there. The way they explain it to me is like jumping dimensions or jumping timelines, but it gets to be philosophical when you say to someone, how can you have free will or choice when everything is already chosen, essentially? But I think that's the game, is the perspective. I think that's what this whole game is about, is this perspective point or dot. Knowing that you contain everything, though, makes it a little bit easier to navigate, especially when you're wanting to get into, you know, quantum time jumping for yourself, which is you consciously choosing, knowing that up to this point you made choices to get you where you are, and lining yourself up with something different should you want it. I would definitely just be ready and prepared for something kind of big and unexpected to come in, as the Big Bang energy is where there is a previous explosion of everything that you knew to be true. It's stepping outside of the comfort zone. It's not being able to prepare for the trip, but being told, come on, let's go. It leads to your expansion. The Big Bang card in this deck, I believe, is associated with the 999 portal, which is taught. I believe that is what it is. Let me make sure it is. I think it is. If it is, it's talking about our ending. And then, so it's because something big ends, right? And then, but then everything else is created. Yeah. 999, an important chapter of my life is coming to an end, so I will let it go with love, and I'll put my energy towards the next chapter without being delayed. I hear the call, and I go straight to work on the new purpose. Right. Anything else? Yes. Wealth transfer. Wealth transfer, or the future contracts, money. How we're going to not just receive money, but have some ownership or security in things that we need here. That, they said, was in the, like, ethers. It was being worked out, a divine wealth transfer. And just new ways, new ways. But x-rays. This card is about your third eye vision. And what you can see. Could be that could be you see or witness a lot of people with wounded egos, or you run into people with wounded egos, or you run into people who are maybe the opposite of you. I would say your light would probably trigger them, the geocentric model, is somebody who gets like wounded pretty easily, like their ego gets wounded if they don't achieve a certain like type of success, if it's not a certain, doesn't look a certain way, or it's really just aware of like yourself. So geocentric model, but now, so this can be a level of awareness though, as to you know, I feel like we have to have the ego here. We have to integrate it, but I also feel like there has to be a balancing out of it. So there's something here about your ability to see into people very easily when they're acting from a place of a wounded ego, or they're projecting from that spot. They may be very judgmental on you. That it's just because there's something there about the awareness in themselves that hasn't been reached yet. So they're going to be super aware and maybe even judgmental of you. So you can tell. So maybe somebody's actions here around you where you can tell. Shadows acting out, right? Okay, so the spiral here is about the choice point that you make here can lead you up into a virtuous cycle, a good cycle, positive things happening. And then one choice point can lead you down, but you would know intuitively you're going to have all of the information that will let you know what decision feels right intuitively for you. Yeah, I would say your pineal gland is pretty good here, with your third eye being pretty open too. And here's this cosmic ether, which I said that's where this they're talking about like contracts and money and you know, supporting yourself through also your spirituality in some way. So I have cell, and I have rotation and revolution, which kind of looks like this spiral. Might move you to another place in life, like either move you metaphorically. It always is going to do something with an internal perspective shift, I think. So internally, you can be, it's shifting your thinking to things are going to get more positive. They're just going to keep getting better, and then they just do. They kind of do what you command. Also, as I'm saying that, do what you command, I'm looking at the cell, and they're telling me kind of like this, this skin cells, like talk to your body, or tell your body what it needs, and it will communicate with you what it needs. So talk to yourselves, talk to yourself kindly, similar to how people talk to plants, and then they can see that the plants, especially like even under a microscope, like they look different. They look like water, you know, if it freezes. When it's prayed over, you know, it has this beautiful design. And if harsh things are said to it, has this rough, frayed out. It's like that's what's happening to our nerves when we talk to ourselves, or, yeah, if we talk to ourselves, you know, judging or hateful in any way, if we talk down to any part of our body, that's going to lead to problems within your body. So yeah. So be kind to yourself, talk to yourself, let your body know what it needs. The cosmic ether here is especially right underneath that celestial uterus, has to do with you having faith and believing before seeing. Also, the cell is protective, okay? It's talking about the protective membrane of the units that make up your body, right? So it's protecting what comes in and out, but this is about you knowing what affects you and protecting yourself energetically, too. Have quantum entanglement and the cosmic network, which is all connected. And this is about your access to any and all information on the quantum field, making things such as intuitive readers like that is possible because we are able to connect into the cosmic network, as well as remote viewing and things like that, channeling. All the information that you need, your cell is very much so, you are very much so part of this cosmic network. And there's a lot more that your human eyes can't see. And then quantum entanglement, yeah, it's just it's how it's all connected. things that we don't know or understand how they're connected, but we just know they are everything. Yeah. So your words, your thoughts, like they say, it's like every single one of those things in the actions that you have each day make a huge effect on the light here. Okay, they're giving me the Knight of Swords in the reverse. I have to say that there's been some sort of delay, it feels like, and they're wanting us to move from a certain area, maybe out of a connection, because I have the Hierophant in the reverse. Maybe out of a connection, maybe that might be just something that resonates for a few of you, but there's something here that has had delayed change, and it's because of not being in the right spot, needing to move from where you're at. So could be also when we're having to concentrate harder on focus. On our focus and our determination. Two of Wands in the reverse. Yeah. Okay. I think they're wanting you to go into meditation of some sort and clear your mind or clear everything, because there can be an energy of procrastination with the Two of Wands in the reverse. And usually with procrastination, or if I'm trying to avoid something majorly or pushing something off, there is something that's like overly wound up or needs to slow down. So you step aside or step away from everything that you've been putting off, delaying, and then come back to it. And it's like then you come back with this clarity here with the Ace of Swords, and channeled information, you know, from your guides, from your angels who are always in connection with you. Ace of Cups, Ace of Swords, and an Ace of Cups. Page of Swords. Looks like it's in the reverse. Feeling like there's some kind of information that okay, that's true. There's some sort of information here for you to get or pick up on that has to do with your mind-body connection. And that's why they need you to like step away from something that is that could be taxing to your nerves, or something that there's information that's within yourself. It's only found within yourself. It's about how you feel, how you're feeling, and about making the connection of and the interpreting of that. So that, because they're saying something here, it's been enough time. The Hangman is in the reverse. There's no need to hang around something or somewhere anymore. Ace of Cups, a new loving beginning. Ace of Swords, your victory. So what is it your body's trying to tell you? You know, that's what I would work on, is talking to your body. Or what is it telling you about who you're around and how you feel? Do you get stomach issues when you're around certain people? You know, headaches. Do you like suddenly all of a sudden everything starts happening? It's a good clue on the energy. So you have the Fool. I love this Fool card because there's a little star. I love that star right up there. Yeah, the new beginning, right? The new beginning, the new journey. That's what it's talking about. Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is a card that, I mean, it's laying on top of rotation and revolution, right? So it's saying you've got to get out of this headspace right here. This is one of anxiety or fears. Oh, I can't go over here, or I can't do this, or I'm limited in this way or that way. But the bandages are on loosely, and she can easily step around that stuff. She may be not seeing the water, but feeling it and thinking that it's much deeper than it is, but it isn't either. It's just a little bit. So everything is in the mind of how much anxiety just staying still is taking on you. when the mind is wanting for you to have liberation. Let's do a Kipper-ish. Since I've got this tarot out and the Kipper-ish deck is new. What's the worry or anxiety about here? The veil. Oh. The veil. So an empathic you also is probably picking up on a lot more information right now. Not much of a veil is what I'm hearing. There's not much of a veil here. It also looks like this bandage. Like it looks like it's as thin as a veil. Like it just needs to be removed. So you can see that you're not actually stuck in something or limited. So the veil is usually symbolizing here, maybe changes in the veil. You are an earth angel. That doesn't surprise me. And divination. And actual money. All right. Okay, I have that you are an earth angel. All right, I figure you are probably an earth angel because you are somebody that my guides want to talk to, want to let know how important it is that you are here. Some of you all have had different lifetimes where you are in this role mainly as like an angel on the other side. And so in this role, you are in a human body, but you definitely have a connection to the angels. You definitely have a connection as to like, there is an innate purpose within you, and there's a light. I'd say your light irritates people's shadows or demons. It may bring them out even. It's like you're reflecting something back that some people feel like they don't have, or on some level they feel like they're not worthy of. So when you're that mirror for a person that's like that holds a lot of dark or shadowy energy, they're seeing it all. All of the light and the good that they actually are, that they're not admitting that they are, or they're not wanting to accept. And that's how I feel like you probably irritate some of these demons. I feel automatically off balance around you. All right, so, well, you have abilities then here too. So you're the earth angel, then you're here with a really big mission, a big purpose. You have an innate wanting and desire to help any and everything around you, every living thing. It's just in your nature to be kind. You have probably always been able to pierce the veil, but they're saying something's drastically changing. I think I'll pull another tarot for the veil. I do have divination here, which I was saying I believe you definitely can connect to the cosmic network. So I could see people being able to divinate. 11 says actual money, and this is the contracts they're saying is they are the wealth transfer that is being made. So you could make money in divination, or you could consider it. Five of Swords in the reverse. I would usually see that as you not being affected here too much by any kind of negative energy, or being able to transmute it very easily here. Trying to avoid a fight or a confrontation for the sake of kind of like peace here. Especially when it comes to peace of mind and with health issues and finance. I feel like if you were in I'm worried about that place, that's going to be relieved, especially from all of this too. So, because I have the Five of Pentacles in the reverse, but I have a changing of a contract, or somebody, it's like Spirit saying the divine wants to hook you up or partner you up with something that's going to be like there's a change in the commitment here, where it doesn't, there's some kind of energy that I believe they're wanting you to move from or move away from. You're never alone. You know, Five of Pentacles reversed. You're never actually alone. You're not stranded. What is this Hierophant that's changing? The moon change. Taurus energy strong here because I also have the King of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles. Changes. Okay. Oh, okay. Since this is a collective reading, they're giving me a message for the collective. The veil is getting thinner. There's more awareness, and there is this omnipresence awareness of the foundations and the past structures, institutions, and structures that tried to guide us were wrong in some way. There were some that were corrupt, or some that were not stable anymore. They are the old ways, or holding on to the old traditions that need some type of change. So, because this awakening is also waking up to things and people that should have been representing helping, love, and unity that weren't, and they were just adhering to, I gotta have power, hold on to it at all cost, and greed. And those are changing. The conflict, or their ability to fight back against this change coming in from the divine light, is not, they're not going to win. They will be defeated. And you will be fine, especially freed from lack consciousness and fear over financial issues, health concerns, because the awareness of, I'm actually an eternal divine being. You probably have a very good awareness or signs that you are an earth angel also. So you know that you can't be threatened or hurt at a spiritual level. No one can hurt your light. Take it. And so if anything, just that awareness is what's bringing on these changes. The structures can't hold themselves into place anymore. Maybe at one time they fit like an algorithm, but now it doesn't fit the divine algorithm. All right, I will pull a angel number for you, an angel number. If you need a private reading, by the way, the information's in the description box below. They are pre-recorded videos, and you get a private link. Thank you all so much for helping and supporting with the private readings. Appreciate you. I have 2, 14, and 999. And that was the portal from the Big Bang card. 999 says, thank the past for your lessons and leave it where it belongs so that you can make the best of a life that is still waiting to be fulfilled by only you. I am unique. And 14, you are always open-minded, up to try new things, but you have a pragmatic approach. So you're practical. I am practical. And 2, you have a great talent for finding solutions. Your intuitive and unbiased nature allows you to see all sides of any situation and advise others towards the most fair and beneficial outcome. I am diplomatic. Yeah, so that's what I have for you all. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. I'm sending you love and light. Bye.